everybody, let's have some fun. You only live once, and when you're dead, you're done. So let the good times roll. Let the good times roll. It makes no difference if you're young or old. Get it together, let the good times roll. Don't sit there mumbling, talking trash. If you wanna have some fun, you gotta spread some cash and let the good times roll. Let the good times roll. It makes no difference if you're young or old. Get it together, let the good times roll. Hey, Mr. Landlord, lock up your doors. When the police come around, tell them the joint is closed and let the good times roll. Let the good times roll. It makes no difference if you're young or old. Get it together, let the good times roll. Tell everybody Andrea's in town. Got $1.25 and I'm wearing a clown. Don't let nobody play me cheap. I got 50 cents more than I'm gonna keep. So let the good times roll. Let the good times roll. It makes no difference if you're young or old. Get it together, let the good times roll. Yourself under control and let the good times roll. Hey everybody, let's have some fun. Hey, you're in the La La Lounge. Yippee! We're going to have some fun tonight. I so look forward to sharing with you some great music, exercises. We're going to start off with some warm-ups. We'll do some breathing. Make sure you've got your headphones there, your computer turned up and your phone on, because we are going to sing up a storm tonight. Now we'll start off with some breathing, of course. Make sure our posture's good, all that sort of stuff. Hope you've got a drink of water there handy, because you might have some thirsty work up ahead. See you soon. Hello. Hey, good evening and welcome to the La La Lounge tonight. Great to see you. Hello, if you've come this morning and you're coming back for some more, I've got some new things happening tonight that I didn't have this morning because I had some time today to dedicate to making some fun for you guys. So welcome, of course, and thank you for those who are donating. It really does help. Don't forget that the website has resources, so in between our sessions, you can jump on, do some practicing, sing a song, do some of the exercises that I'm isolating and putting up. So eventually we'll have a big repertoire of things that you can practice to keep your voice shining and to improve it a little bit, because we know the more we use it, the better it gets. And if you don't use it, yes, that's true, you do lose it. Now I'm going to do the technical thing that I do every time, which is just check and make sure that the audio is right and that everything's fine. So if you can't hear me, you have to let me know in these first formative minutes so I can make some adjustments. Otherwise, I think we're going to have a great night tonight. Now, where do we start? Don't forget that those resources, if you are wanting them, are at the website, of course, and that's where you go. And don't forget, later on I'll talk about our new project coming up. So, if you are sitting down and singing tonight, it's possibly, just for future reference, best not to have dinner before we sing. I know it means it's late dinner, but when your tummy's full, your breathing's going to be a little bit restricted. So an empty tummy is better to sing on than a full tummy. Make sure you've got your water or some beverage to keep your vocal cords moist. And if you are going to be sitting, we want you to sit right. So let's have a look at the picture. So when you look over here, the first picture on the far side is a bit of an arched back. So we don't want that happening. And we don't want the slouch happening, which is that first one closest to me there. So we want to make sure that you're sitting as straight as you can. So make sure you're actually pivoting on that tailbone, or they call it the sitting bone. So if you're sitting on that, that'd be good. Make sure your chest is open and your shoulders as even as they can be. I've got a bit of scoliosis, so I'm all over the shop. But make sure that you're allowing yourself reference to remember to make sure that you can get your breathing right and keeping your posture. So you've got to keep checking out through the night, because when we start singing, a lot of things go out the window because we have so much fun. We forget that we need to make sure that we're doing this as practice, because I can't help it. There's a teacher in me, and like once a teacher, always a teacher. It happens. So I'm trying to break the mold, but I can't. But that's all right. We'll cope. Now, if you are sitting also, make sure that your feet are not dangling off the chair, because if they are, you're not going to get the best support. So get a telephone book. They still do make them, believe it or not, and pop that under your feet just to give you some stability. Or if your chair's too low, that's going to squash up your diaphragm. We don't want to do that. So you want to have an appropriate chair. But you might be one of these people that want to have a stand. Stand up and sing. I have to say, it is fun to stand up and sing.
so let's have a look. Hello, Pat, there. I just noticed you're on. Nice to see some people. I'm just going to acknowledge some people. Hello, Wendy. We've got Joe here, as you guys can see. Jane's there. Scarlett's on. Also, there's quite a few people that are on that don't like, being exposed that they're online right now. But I welcome you very much, and I really thank you for joining me on these events that we are having here in the La La Lounge. All right, so if you're standing, number 1 is the correct, and number 5 might be, now let me say, if you have a disability, it might be natural. If you've got scoliosis, you might have a different body position, so you accommodate for that. So the main thing when you're standing is to make sure that you're not sticking your chin in like that your chin's nice and in, and you're as straight as you can be. Okay? If you are standing, here's a side view just to give you another reference. Straight is better than slouching, so just be mindful of your standing, because posture, as these sessions are going to be a little bit instructive, because I can't help it, as I said, teacher, can't help it. Make sure that you are monitoring your posture, because if you sing constantly in bad posture, you're not doing yourself a favour. You're not doing your voice a favour. You're not doing your whole body a favour to grow and develop as we do these nights and days and whatever we're doing. Because I'm just here to teach you to sing and let you have some fun, and we will. I've got some fun songs. It's always a mystery. I spoke to my sister today, and she said, I hope you've got some fun songs. And I was going to tell her what they were. And she went, no, don't tell me. I like being surprised. So surprised you will be, indeed, most definitely. All right, so let's just take a moment to look at our posture. I'm just going to jump on the other screen just to see who else is here. As you know, there's a little bit of a delay. Hello, Janine. My goodness. Now, I have to register or recognise Janine. Janine, I can't believe after 14 years, my darling Janine is still here, and she's virtual. Who would have thought, Janine, when we were in my little lounge room 14 years ago, when you were the instigator in the name of the choir originally, who would have thought we would have been online in 2020 in isolation doing this? So it really is a testimony to us all that life is unpredictable, and allowing things to happen as they do makes it for an easier journey, I have to say. When we hold on, it makes it a lot more difficult. So Janine, here we are. So Janine, when we were coming up on the first or second time that the choir actually got together 14 years ago in real life, like we were people in a room, and it was my lounge room in Palm Beach, and I think we only had a handful of people. I put a little ad in the newspaper. Remember when we used to do that? And Janine turned up, and I was brainstorming and saying, let's come up with a name, and she came up with Sing Sisters, and I'm eternally grateful for that, Janine. So thank you, my darling. Lovely to see you here for the first time tonight online. Yes, it is different, but you will be singing. Don't you worry about that. So let's get our posture going. Now, we're going to do the tailbone hang. So if you are standing, because I've got some feedback and people are saying they like to stand. If you are standing, I want you to do this exercise that I'm going to bring up right now. I've got a video of someone doing it to show you how to do it. If you are sitting and you're able-bodied enough, get up and give it a go, because it's really good for your body and it will help you just develop some more singing technique. All right, let's go. All right, so here's Kylie. She's using her head to give her the weight to bend down with her knees soft, and as she comes up, she's stacking each vertebra one by one on top of each other, and the last ones are going to be the neck vertebra. She does put her head back a little bit too far, and then it comes back into a position. All right, so we're just going to look at that again. All right, so I'll come back and we'll look at it again, and this is your chance. Here we go. So you start hanging down. So pop your head, let it drop, and as it drops, it takes you down gently. If you've got bad knees, don't do it, or a bad back, be mindful. Duty of care, and then just allow them to come up vertebra by vertebra, straightening, 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 and as you straighten, the shoulders naturally drop back. But while we're in this position, what I want you to do is give your shoulders a roll and a drop, whether you're sitting or standing, a roll and a drop, because we're going to open our chest, because we've got some singing exercises, some really good ones today. I think you'll love them. All right, so hopefully you're in a bit of a position where you're ready to do some breathing. Now, we've done a lot of breathing up until now. Let's get it happening. I've spoken about making sure when you have your hand on your belly, that's where the breath is going to go. When you take it in, the hands go forward because you're taking all that air in and it pushes your tummy out. I showed you in previous sections of sessions that we had that, and I think it's on the resources part of the website if you wanted to make reference. All right, so first we're going to do is the first note you hear, we're going to blow the air out, then you'll get 4 to come in, and then on F breath as a consistent sound. It's not staggered. It may stagger, and as a teacher I've noticed many times, if the muscles aren't used to being used in this way, they are actually a bit wobbly. I don't know if you've ever seen a weightlifter, when he's lifting a weight beyond his capacity, he wobbles because the muscles are going, whoa, this is pretty heavy. So if you're wobbling on the don't worry. The more you do it, the better you'll get. So I'm going to say blow out on the first, breathe in on the 4, and F for as long as you can. Count the number of how many times you are breathing. All right, blow out. In. Look, you might have stopped at 4. You might have stopped at 10. You might still be going. Doesn't matter. Good. Take a break. So remember, as I say each week, there's no right and wrong. You know your personal best if you've been on quite a while. You know how many you get. Now it's a chance to improve it a little bit more. So it takes concentration. So you're asking your brain to say, I want to get the air as deep down into my tummy as I can, take as much air as I can, and then F it out as evenly as I can. If it's not even, doesn't matter. If it's short, it doesn't matter. Every time you do it, the more you do it, the better you get. Blow out. In. Doing good. Keep it going. Keep blowing out if you can. If you stop, that's okay. Perfect. You're doing really well. We're going to do one more. Good. Okay. No one needs to know your number. You can put it up there if you want. But the bottom line is, this is about you and your personal best. And this isn't two-way. This is really about you just exploring your own voice and your own body in your own place in your own time. Okay? One more of the F breath and then we'll move on. So, 1, 2, 3, blow out. In. So I hope you're counting. Good. Lovely. Good. Okay. I want you to register that number. Okay, I'm just going to go to the other screen. Okay, just to see what's happening over there. Nothing much. Everyone's doing really well. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to do the S for snake. But instead of taking a nice 4-second breath or 4-beat breath, we're actually going to do it in increments, right? So, oh, I look so serious, don't I? Sorry, I should smile more. Okay, so, like you're surprised, you go, what? What? I won Lotto? Whoa! Oh, Brad Pitt's visiting? Oh, Angelina Jolie's visiting? Oh! All right, whatever it is, doesn't matter. You're surprised and you take that breath in, Okay, so it'll be like this. One example now, I'll show you, and then I'll give you a chance to do it. So, blow out. We always like to start off empty. Good play. No stale air in there. We don't want that. Blow out. Surprise. Sorry, I nearly F'd then. Nearly dropped the F-bomb even. No, not quite. All right, so that's what we're going to do. So the first one is an out, then a in as a surprise, bring it again, and then like a snake. All right, are you ready? I'm assuming you are. Here we go, blow out, in for an S. Some people might still be going. Yep, or some might have stopped. Right, so the S possibly goes longer than the F, but I want you now to take note of how many you get. The first one was just a practice. And then we're going to compare it to, you're going to compare it to your F and S. All right, blow out. In on a surprise. Doesn't matter if you stopped. It doesn't matter if you stopped after 4. It doesn't matter. There's no right and wrong. All our bodies are different. Good. Just put in the notes. There was a difference between the F and the S. This is what I noticed because it's really good for me to get feedback. And also when you actually type that, what it does is it actually lets other people know that they're doing the same as you, or they notice the same thing, or wow, that makes me think about something else. So this is a sharing platform. We're not one-to-one. We're here as a group to improve our voices and have some fun as we do it. Hopefully you will. All right, what's coming up next? Well, we're going to do the It's a funny sound. And this is how it goes. All right, let's have a look. I've made notes because I need to. I am over 50. My memory's not so good. All right, here we go. So the sound that we're going to be making the notes that we're going to be making the sound to are, right, I'll make it a little bit lower just to start for those of us to have a bit of a warm up. So I want you to go like you're a machine. That's just the N. And then you put a G on the end and it goes sounds similar. But do you remember when I did the witch in a couple of episodes ago? We did, hello, my darling, you want an apple? Yeah, an apple for you. It's up here. So this resonating sound is actually going to be concentrated here, and it's reminds you of a mosquito, doesn't it? We don't like them. So let's get it going. All right, so I'll give you 3 to start, and that's the sound we're going to make, and we're going to go up each time that we do it. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Join me. Now, I was taking breath through my nose. Generally, when we sing, we take it through our mouth. But because we're in this position, we can take it through our nose. And We'll continue to go higher. All right, here we go. This is going to be our note. All right, well, 1, 2, 3. We'll go any higher now. So that's just for that resonation around there to get you a little bit more familiar with your voice. Okay? So that's that sound. I felt like a ventriloquist. Sorry. I'm being silly, aren't I? Oh, why not? It'd be nice though for so long. All right, here we go. Let's go with a dynamic. Now, what are dynamics, you might ask? Well, dynamics are really all about loud and soft, loud and soft, okay? So dynamics in music, when you notice a really good band that you really connect with or a singer that you really like, you probably notice they evoke some really good emotions in you, not only because of the music or because of the words, but because they're using dynamics as they sing. So we're going to learn that skill right now, and we're going to do it on an R. All right. So it'll just be one note, and we're going to go R. It's a bit like the mosquito without the nose. All right. So it's softer and then louder and then softer. So do it with me. 1, 2, 3. R. We're going to go higher for those who like going up high, and then we'll start a little bit lower later. I'm obviously stuck there because I can't go higher. If you can go higher, go up there. We're not here for quality or it has to sound fabulous. We're just really starting to stretch that muscle, which is a vocal cord. And we're starting to awaken a part of our voice we may never know we've had. And you can do that in the safety of your own home now. No one's there to hear you. And if they hear you and they have anything to say, you can tell them to nod off because it's none of their business. You're having some fun. Last two. Way high enough. Now, for those who like to go low, same exercise, starting a bit lower. So you can see there was a big range there. Wherever you fit in there or wherever it feels uncomfortable, you stop singing. You can push the envelope a little bit. Don't do it too hard. We want to preserve our voice. I had someone, because we have some men online now, not only Sing Sisters, we've got Sing Family, and he was saying to me, oh, I actually got tired by the end of it. And I thought, well, I have to be mindful that if you're only doing this once a week or a couple of times a week, if you're in the virtual choir, you'd be practicing our other song, it's easy to get tired. But the more you do it, the better you get. And it's like aerobics, you know, your muscles get stronger. So we're going to continue a little bit more. so we don't run out of time. We don't want to do that. Let's have a look at what's happening right now. All right, Jane's just, I've just noticed Jane has said to me that her cat has thought she's gone a bit crazy because she's making these sounds. But that's all right. Little Fido or Fifi or whatever the cat's name will get used to it, I'm sure. She's probably actually enjoying the fact that you're enjoying yourself. She hasn't run out of the room. All right, pitch. Now, what is pitch? Pitch is where we go with our note. So I'm going to do an exercise now, and I'll give you an example. Me, 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 me. So I'm doing me, 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 me. Okay, and we're going to go up each note. Let's start, otherwise we'll run out of time. 1, 2, 3. Me, 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 me. Got it? Me, 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 me. Got it? Me, 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 me. Doing well? Me, 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 me. Again? Me, 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 me. And again? Me, 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 me. Doing well? Me, 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 me. 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 We'll stop there because we are going to go higher. Before we do, I want you to take a drink of water. Always important to keep it moist. Nodules form when it's not moist because the vocal folds are rubbing together, and there's no lubrication there, and they actually form like little callus structures. So keep it moist. And also, if you find when you sing you get a lot of phlegm, it's because your body's clever, as they are, and it's producing some phlegm to keep that moist. Okay, so if you keep drinking water periodically while you sing, it will definitely help. Now, before I move on, I'm just going to go over to the other screen to see if anything is happening over there, and everyone seems to be on track by the look of it. We're going to continue from here on a me, 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 and here we go. All right, now if we're going for the higher notes, we raise our eyebrows. We know that because it raises that soft palate. Good. Good. We're going higher. Oh, no, we're not. That'll do, I think. Otherwise, I'm going to run out of time, and we can't have that. Got too much fun to have. All right, let's move on. We're going to do an R on an up and a down. Excuse my paperwork. Whoa, that's way too high. Let's start nice and low. Ah. And we're going to do it 3 times. Excuse the paper sound. I know it annoys the microphone there. Got it? You're going to need a good breath. I'll go a little bit faster, okay, because that takes a lot of breath to do it that slow. So I'll go a bit faster. And I want you to make sure at least 2 fingers wide. Not none of that. We want it wide, draw dropped. As in car. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Keep your chin in. Notice I'm taking a breath between each one. If you have to take a breath halfway through, that is fine. I'm just setting an example. You do your best whatever way it comes out, because you're in your home, who cares? Right and wrong doesn't matter as long as you're doing it, because the more you do it, the better you get. Here we go. Sometimes it's harder to go faster because the agility isn't there. But if I go too slow, the breath won't be there. So you need to give me feedback on the little typey and let me know, oh, too fast, or oh, too slow on the R's. So next time when I do it, I'll know. Because when I'm with you on a one-to-one, when I used to sing to the person with the person there as lessons, or even on Skype, I can see what's happening at the time. So I'm really going a little bit blind here as they do that. Oh, look at that, there's the glass there. See, my university degree in performing arts didn't go astray, Marianne. I learnt to do that. All right, here we go. All right, next one we have coming up. You know what? I'm going to just sing because we're going to run out of time here, man. All right, let's see. Happy birthday to you. Sing with me. We're going to Queenie. Birthday to you. Good practice. Happy birthday, dear Queenie. Happy birthday to you. Again. Oh, no, not there. We don't want to go there yet. Oh, giving away the next song. Happy birthday to you. Keep going. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Queenie. Happy birthday to you. Again. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Good practice. Happy birthday, dear Queenie. Happy birthday to you. You're going to use this as much. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Queenie. Happy birthday to you. And again. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Queenie. Happy birthday to you. Okay, good. So practicing even happy birthday, simple song that it is, it's good for the practice. It gives you more confidence. So the next time you are at someone's birthday party, you can lead the happy birthday. Do it. Take pride in the fact that you're learning and that you're singing. It'll be fantastic. And it's more fun then. All right, let's do this one. One, two, here we go. I've been cheated by you since I don't know when. So I made up my mind, you must not to again. Look at me now, when I haven't run, I don't know how. bit of Mamma Mia. Don't you remember the times when those ABBA people were out there and doing it? Fantastic. I think it's almost 40 years ago. I had to reflect on that, but fantastic force they were. I hope you enjoyed Mamma Mia. Now, what is our next one? I remember this in the 70s. I remember it was the first movie my parents ever took me to because my cousin was visiting, my auntie was visiting from Holland, and they said, let's go to the movies. And I remember in one scene in this movie, my auntie, who was horrified that my parents let me see this movie, she put her hand on my eyes so I didn't see the sexual scene that was in this. That was very controversial at the time. And I remember in the audience, everyone went, oh, when it all happened. This is the song. No, not that one. Where is it? Oh, don't tell me I have it up here. Oh, you have to bear with me because I'm just actually learning new things. I'm going to have to put that up next time. Sorry about that, guys. It was actually The Rose from The Rose, and it was about drugs and sex and rock and roll, and my auntie was horrified. Sorry, I'll have it next time. Sorry about that. But you know what's coming up next? Just in time, a bit of time warp. Let's see how we go. Now you probably can't hear the music because I turned it all down. Let me start again. Still getting used to the technology, guys. Sorry. I'll get there. There we go. It's astounding. Time is, you can speak it, madness takes its toll. But listen closely, not for very much longer. Know the chorus. I've got to keep control. Jump to the left. Put your hands on your hips. nasal, NG. That's why we practice, because we may need it another time. So that's it for tonight. Oh, sorry guys, thank you. 1:45, we've done 45 minutes. Oh, hopefully your throat's not too tired. You've got to rest it in between and stop if it is getting too much. Thank you. Subscribe to our channel. Like us at the Facebook. It's Sing at La La Lounge. That'll get you to our Facebook page if you haven't done it before. Don't forget, we have our La La Lounge virtual choir starting next in the 29th of July. It's a 4-week program. You learn a song, sing it, record it on your phone, your tab or your computer. You send it to me and I make the magic happen, and we're all together and we're all one, and it's all online. It's quite amazing. You can just send the audio if you want to be anonymous. Don't worry. If you're a man, transgender, whatever, 17 plus, come along. You can do it. We have weekly groups like this, or sometimes we do it as a Zoom, and there's video online support. So that's the virtual choir. So I just want to thank you so much for coming tonight. Always good to see you. Always lovely having you here in the La La Lounge. See you guys. Bye.